my name is Jacqueline. Now, before you watch this video, you're gonna need some insight.
Okay, this is not what I wanted to do today! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? I just made that! I may or may not have broke something.
maybe some context, not some insight. Basically, the last video was a total accident, but that accident actually did pretty well, and one of the comments even asked if I could complete it in its entirety. So that's what I'm about to set out to do. However, I somehow made it worse. Let me explain. Instead of only replacing every creature in the game, I may or may not have accidentally told it to duplicate every creature in the game. And to further that point, I might have accidentally told it to do this 10 times, and then 8 times, and then 2 times. You get the point. It's not a good picture. But, you know, I'm stuck with it. You know, I've set out to do it, and unfortunately, I've already cemented too much work into this, so I can't let it go. Anyway, make no mistake, I intend to finish this challenge and see it to the end, no matter how many times I die. Day 1 started off simple and clean. And by simple and clean, I mean the snout of a sea dragon was sniffing me up and down from the ethereal plane, and you know, you should probably get used to this, because this happens a lot. And throughout this entire day, this particular sea dragon was very adamant to make me KFC's newest promo meal, and I ain't about that life. So after a night of the sea dragon humping my life pod, it was day 2, and I got absolutely no sleep, because when I woke up, that sea dragon was in Pound Town with a Reaper. I'm not sure if it's legal or not to show this. I might blur it. Anyway, I told myself I'd be super productive today, and then I got eaten by a ghost Leviathan through the ethereal plane. He bit my toe and gave me syphilis, and it was a very painful death. So, first death. By the way, this counter is going to change, and you're not going to see all the deaths. I have them all recorded, so that's just to keep it pretty much plain and simple without you just seeing me die 36 times.
He's trying to eat my pod. He is trying to eat my pod. I'm going to be crushed in this little pod inside of his little tum-tum, and I'm very sad about it.
Day 3 began, and you'll notice I have a couple of tools. That's because I spent the rest of the day after I got cured from syphilis after being reincarnated from death, collecting them. And in this day, I just swam through the tunnels like a little fucking rat. Until I came across a sea treader that was so scared it kept shitting itself, and I couldn't get past it. Of course I was curious why it was doing this.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Why am I going this way? Why on any why on earth am I going this way?
That evening, I made it to the gun island, and after firmly planting my lips on the sand like it saved my life, I began constructing my not-so-permanent home. And you may ask, why is it not so permanent? Well, let me show you.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. That is so much more than I anticipated. Okay, this is not what I wanted to do today. Death runs the hardest, my ass. Look at this. What do I even do? Listen to me talk to you.
Tell you something. Let me tell you something. Wait.
Listen to me engage you in conversation. This is not what you want. I taste terrible. Awful even. It's not even scary anymore. It's scary!
Yeah, I spent an entire day and night dying. But on the 4th night, I learned something very horrifying.
He's literally waiting over there for me. They're working on a space program.
In fear of the possibilities of the Leviathan space program, I knew my only option was to leave the island. So after a quick teleport, the start of day 5, found myself swimming through seagrass, only to take shelter on a big mama and have a bit of a mental breakdown. And after that mental breakdown, I died more, and more, and more. And it was at this point, I kind of reached a breaking point. Any attempt I made to further the story just caused me to lose more progress, and it felt like I wasn't gaining anything. And I even took a short hiatus during this time to recalibrate. But when I came back, boy, did I have a stupid idea. So the start of day 6, I started ripping my base apart. And then I headed straight to the top of the island to catch the Sea Dragon Olympic fireworks show. Then I teleport to the other island, jump in the water, get eaten again, and then I swam to the nearest infested Leviathan nest where I placed my base right in the fucking middle of it. Now, mind you, the idea was painfully simple. If they were gonna kill me, I'll just let them. Because if I'm close to the things I want, maybe I'll just get lucky. And all I have to do is maintain two things: my composure and the ability to know what I'm doing. Neither of them are my strong suits, but you know, I figured I might get one of them at least once every death. So I knew what I needed. The laser cutter. Every single thing I needed to complete this challenge was locked behind it, and I don't think I could survive 37 additional deaths, so. Luckily my base is right next to the fragments, but every time I scanned one, there's a fire-breathing dragon breathing down my neck, and sometimes the neighborhood reapers would chase me into the trenches, and I would cry. But at least I was making progress. And the idea worked like a dream. I got 2 Sea Moth fragments and completed the laser cutter. So I doubled down and built my base, my big base, in the middle of this entire thing. Why? I have no idea. And after some close calls and a death, it was the start of day 7 and I built the laser cutter. The next thing was planning a safe-ish route to the ship. And pardon some life pod buck riding, the path was very clear. And I made it and hopped on the nearest land.
Oh, wow. Wow, you're a lot bigger. You're a lot bigger yeah.
That you do.
Anyway, I had a safe idea of establishing checkpoints. These checkpoints would save as little respawn anchors for me, so if I died, I would already be past part of the danger. The ship was probably the nicest point of this challenge, if I'm being completely honest with you. It wasn't very loud, and the only thing I was worried about was gross little tentacle bitches touching my toesies. Well, I mean, that doesn't include the occasional ghost tentacle peeking through the wall, or the occasional fireball in the drive core, but you know, it's fine, it's fine. I got home safe. The next day, I decided that I would go for the stasis rifle, because I did not want to become a meal for every single Leviathan and be tossed around like a little hoe corn dog. Which is exactly what happened. But it's fine, because I wanted to be a big brain and put down some brain coral so I could breathe down there. And then a sea dragon spawned down there, and shortly after, a reaper, so that was kind of nice. But I'm gonna just be frank, these guys are kind of dicks, you know? I mean, the only nice thing I could say about the sea dragon is he sets everything on fire around him, so there's just some nice oven-baked fish within swimming distance.
I didn't even keep any of it. Excuse me.
On the other hand, the Reaper was kind of chill, I'm gonna admit that. Around the start of day 9, I went out and died a handful of times, in which I responded beside a very unwell Big Mama.
What the fuck is this? Big Mama, now is not the time.
But I did make it home, and ended up grabbing that stasis rifle, so W.
I'm unsure how useful it'll be, but maybe it'll just comfort me. And maybe that's all it needs to do.
It was day 10 and it was the big day. Today, I was gonna make a Sea Moth, the speediest boy. We already had the resources to slap together the vehicle bay, and after a few more deaths, I finally got everything I needed. And it was time to give my sweet baby boy the gift of life.
Oh my god! 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 Please reconsider your options. Please reconsider your options. Oh my god! I have a gun. I have a gun. I'm just gonna take this with me, okay? Are you kidding me? I just made that. I just made that, please. He's just a boy. He's just a boy. He's literally just a child. He's just a child. He was just born into this life. You cannot do that to him. Ah! No! No, are you fucking... What did I even do? What did I...
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the first 10 days of this hellscape. If you want more, make sure to let me know in the comments and subscribe if you're new. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.